Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Equinox, or what else do we call it? I got a little deck here. Ostara? Yep, Ostara. So happy spring on the northern hemisphere and fall in the southern hemisphere. Good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. Um, Before we get started into everything, let us bring some beautiful energy in. So I will hit the singing bowl 3 times, and as I do, you can take a big deep breath in and breathe throughout the process. And think of something or some things that you're grateful for in this moment. And just thank the creator, thank the universe, whatever you believe your higher power to be, for those things. That helps raise our love vibration. And as I hit the singing bowl, imagine a big flow of unconditional love energy flowing down into your heart and overflowing out into your mind and your thoughts and your emotions and your physical body and your blood and your uh, joints and your organs and cells of your body, and then filling up your energetic field and vibrating out into your world and then flowing out into the world. All of that helps raise our love vibration, helps us prepare for the messages today. So here we go. I'll hit it 3 times. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. Let me just put her over here in her little chair. So, hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. For those of you on the other side of the world, it's already your Saturday morning. So, hello. Hope you guys have some big plans for this amazing, energetic weekend. So we will get going here. Let me just move some stuff over here. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome to the Zen friends. We got tons of beautiful hearts and souls that have great senses of humor and huge hearts. So there's room for more. So welcome. Real quick, how the free readings work. We do go down through the chat, first come, first serve for those. All you have to do is put your question out there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all. And so we'll pull, usually free readings are 1 to 2 cards, and then we'll see what Spirit wants. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I do prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, and dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. So if you're interested in that, you can make a donation with the super chat at the bottom, a little dollar sign, a little bill, dollar bill, or currency icon or emoji, whatever's down there. And then, or in the description box of the video, I do have my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. So whatever you want to use, and I don't have a set dollar amount. Whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. I know everyone's cost of living varies across the world, across the city, across the room, so whatever you give is perfect. After those readings, I do for my YouTube channel members, you'll see their names in green with a little badge on there, they get second priority for their free readings. And then I move into the other free readings. So that's the skinny on how that works. And we do have some here. We'll shout out to Lucky. We see you there. And then Moonlight as well. So many, many blessings to you. Good to see you guys. And hello, everybody. All right. So if you're interested in becoming a YouTube channel member, I do have two levels, Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis. They do get priority during these sessions. And I always make sure, no matter how many donations or my YouTube channel members questions there are, I always finish them the day of, even if I'm like tonight after I'll be on for about 2 hours, I'll head over and spend about an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and then I come back on and finish out everything. So I always finish donations and YouTube channel members. And then we also get together during the week on Thursday for 2, 3 hours, sometimes even four, for as many free readings as they want. We do oracle readings, past life readings, talk about astrology, whatever we want. And then my Praying Mantis members, Friday night and Saturday night after these sessions, and Sunday afternoon after these sessions, we also spend at least an hour together as well. So if you're interested, there's a link down there in the description box for that. They also, my Praying Mantis members, get advanced access to all the videos that I put out. I put out a ton of videos each month on the new moon, the full moon, the sun changing zodiac sign, weekly Zen Bytes, portals like Zen portals, which are 112233, quest videos, and I feel like there's more. But if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. Because of course we came into the equinox, so we have, oh, that's the other thing, quarterly readings for equinox and solstices. So here's the link to the playlist. These are by each element. So there's air signs, fire signs, water signs, etc. So we have those, and then we also had the Aries sun come out. So happy birthday, all you Aries sun babies. We got that here. And then let's see what else. Oh yeah, we had a new Zen Byte come out this morning, because Zen Bytes come out every Friday morning. They're little short videos that help us return to our Zen or stay in our Zen. So if you're interested, you can check some of those out. And all the playlist links are in the description box of the video for everything that I put out each month. And then also on my main page at the very top, it says new for 2025, and that's where they all reside as well. Was there anything else? I think the only other thing is I also offer personal readings and hedges of peace and love. And I think I saw um, someone was asking about that. It was Sean G, I think. Yeah, there you are. You want to know? Tell us about more about this hedge of peace and love. So I'll talk about that here in a moment. But all of my personal recorded readings are on sale, and also my hedges of peace and love. And I'm assuming that that's why you're asking, because you saw the ad, right? um, so we'll talk about those. But they're all on sale until the end of March. They were on sale for February for my birthday month, but I extended it into March. So on April 1st, no fooling, they'll go back to regular price. But that includes my specialized readings, which are like little packages that have all the questions, a lot of questions. You can always add your own questions too, but they're kind of packaged. Relationship readings of all kinds, past life readings, life purpose readings, and then also birthday readings. So those are there in addition to just going, here, I want to ask all these questions kind of reading too. But all that link is down in the description box if you're interested. So thanks for asking, Shanji. A hedge of peace and love is an energetic process I do that lasts about 14 days. And it basically, I create a hedge around of love and peace that um, gives whatever lower vibrational energy or people are around in our lives the opportunity to transform into higher vibration, or they can't stand it and they can't stay in the hedge with you, and they will step out. And so it gets really quiet. I've had people, when I started the hedge, call up and cuss, my whoever. I was doing it for a friend in this case, and they called him up, cussed him out, hung up on him, and blocked him. And they were like, "Oh my god!" And they left their life. And sometimes it's leaving permanently. Other times it's just pushed out, and then as the hedge shrinks back, eventually, you can still allow them back in if you want, but it allows time and space to reflect on things, to recharge and rejuvenate. And there's every 2 to 3 days, it's about every 3 days, I think. I have email contact where I send encouraging words, some processes, some ways to look at things, and we kind of interact that way throughout the process. And if you click on the link down in the description box, it'll take you to a site that breaks down all of what all my readings are, and then also the hedge of pieces on there too. That kind of goes into detail. I've had people who were having trouble with their boss, and so I created a hedge for them, and they contacted me halfway through the hedge going, "Oh, my boss was fired," and I'm like, "Oops." But of course, it's not, I'm not doing anything. I'm creating the hedge, and it's the individual. If they choose not to change and it's not in alignment anymore, things happen. People have left people's lives. Um, like I said, it's got to be ready for lower vibrational people. If you don't want them out of your life, then don't do a hedge yet, because I actually started with my third ex at the time. When we were dating, their ex was bugging him and bugging him and bugging him, and they had they go, "You can do stuff. Can't you do anything about them?" And I'm like, "Well, let me just consult your higher self," which is what I do, and say, "Have you learned the lessons? Do they need to be in your life for you to finish learning everything?" And they gave me the okay. They're like, "No, they don't need to be in there anymore." And so I did my first hedge with them, and they called me at work. A few days later, they had their ex was in the military. They got moved. They got orders that they were being moved to Alaska, and I was like, I don't think it's over yet. And like a few days after that, uh, the person I was dating called me and said, "Oh my god, they actually got stationed in Germany." So they were happy just that they were going to be out of state, but they ended up getting moved out of the country across the waters to the other side of the planet. And I'm like, wow, these hedges are powerful. So if you're interested, you can check them out down below. They are half off till the end of March. All right. So thank you for asking, Shanji. And so we do have some donations. So up first, we do have Moonlight. And Moonlight, if you are still awake, I think you're saying that you're sleepy and still listening. I'm not sure if you meant to give me 2,000 crones. That's a large amount of money. So just want to make sure you're aware of that. I'm not sure how you would correct that, but if you didn't mean to give me that much, definitely contact YouTube. There's nothing I can do on my end. I've had situations come up before and I've researched it. I can't undo or send money back or do anything. You have to contact YouTube. They're usually non-refundable, but if you accidentally entered one or two too many zeros, maybe they'll understand that and refund something if that's or if you meant to do that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's generous. Um, so we've got Moonlight, and then two from Nelia, and then Olivia, and then Brenda. Let me check some timestamps here. Yep, and then Amazing Grace. And then Michelle, I got your the CashApp donations, so thank you guys. So that is where we shall start. So, Moonlight, I'm going to give that a love and a like there, and hopefully that was what you meant to donate. That it doesn't put you out too much here, but all right. And if you did not mean to donate that and they won't refund it at all, then you have a lot of credit for if you want readings, personal readings, or whatever. Um, if that, because I actually don't get like all the super chats that come in. Um, I don't get any like anything throughout the month of March donated through the super chat. I don't get until after the 21st of the following month until late April. So I won't even have access to any of the funds anyway, personally. Um, so anyway, sorry, we'll focus here. So I'm going to be using the Enchanted Farhaxa Tarot, which I just read. Farhaxa in Swedish is enchanted, so maybe it's just the Enchanted Tarot, but it's a beautiful deck, so we're going to use that. I also have this Dracon Dragon, the Ravenous Dracon Tarot, which I might do, and then I also have the Tarot of the Pagan Cats, the little small deck for clarity, if we so choose. All right. So let us dive in. Hey, CJ and Johanna. Hello, hello. Shout out to some more of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you guys. All right. So, Moonlight, you wanted to know why did R show up at your place tonight? What did he actually want? Okay, let's dive in here and see what was the dealio with them here. What did they really want? Now I'm hearing the Spice Girls song in my head about tell me what you want, what you really, really want. All right, let's see what we got here, Moonlight. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles coming in here. And, the Three of Pentacles is this, it is about, being true to one's authentic self, but there's this creativity and there's also this energy that's coming in for that normally doesn't come in, but it's about interaction with others in the physical world and not wanting to be alone and this need um, to have another individual in their lives, like three people, kind of energy, but it's a physical based energy that's in there. So it's kind of interesting. That's the bottom of the deck. Let's see what's coming in here with the other cards. We do have the Eight of Water. Interesting. So the Eight of Water here is this Eight of Cups energy about walking away from relationships that don't serve them anymore. And that's interesting because that Three of Pentacles, I normally don't get it as like a third party kind of energy, but it is coming in that way now. And it feels like maybe if they had a relationship or in a relationship or dating or seeing someone else that they're like planning to leave that or have recently left that. And so now they're having this loneliness. And I feel like there's this connection that they're not wanting to be alone, if that makes sense. So let's take a look here. What else we have? Yeah, we got the Four of Wands, the Four of Fire, and the Two of Air, which is the Two of Swords. And this is the Four of Wands is about energy of joy and celebration and gatherings. And that's the marriage card too, because it is a celebration kind of card. And the Two of Air here is about making a decision and the head and the heart battling. But there's also this decision making when we got the twos. It's like, do I want this or do I want this? And so there is this energy that's like they're trying to work out something in their noggin because their heart is wanting something and their mind is wanting something different. And so they're in this little crossroads in their life trying to make some decisions here. So whatever this is going on over here, this is interesting. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the High Priestess. So the High Priestess energy, you know, she does walk away or steps away from the chaos, goes up into her High Priestess temple to be by herself, to connect higher, to the higher realms, look behind the veil, dive deep into emotions, looks in trying to figure out the unknown. It's very intuitive and very empathic energy that's here. But I do feel like this kind of just is telling a story of aloneness. Again, referring back to that Three of Pentacles, that they don't want to be alone, but I feel like they are alone. And there's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. And I feel like that's the energy that they're bringing in is this feeling of loneliness. So let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the Ace of Water looking for new love. Makes total sense with what we're talking about here. So it's like looking for, you know, I don't want your spirit guides are funny. It's like, when you have like your dog dies and then you want to get a puppy to replace it because you feel an emptiness inside, and you don't sometimes process all your emotions about, the old dog who has passed, and you just trying to replace it because you feel empty. That's the kind of energy I'm getting with this from your spirit guides. So it feels like something didn't work out too well, and so they're looking for someone to fill that up. Yeah, we got the Seven of Air, Seven of Swords. That is the deceiver, the thievery, the cheating kind of card here. So maybe it hasn't ended yet, um, officially, but maybe it has finished inside of them. The other person doesn't know yet. And we got the Star card. The Star card is the dreams come true, wishing upon a star, looking for the dream. This one doesn't feel like, normally this is a hope card and living the dream, but this is like, I have a dream. It feels more hectic. It feels more lower vibrational with fear in it because it feels like I have to have my dream, and that's not my dream. This isn't working out, so I got to find something to fulfill my dream. It's almost like there's this desperation within them that they feel so empty, and so they're trying to fill this up here. Interesting. So I feel like that's the energy that's bubbling below here. Um, and then I do have um, some Ostara Oracle, which is like it's like a because we just started the spring equinox and fall equinox, and Ostara, which is the celebration of that. For my donations, I'm going to do one of those, and then I do have Ferminators and Guardian Angel cards that I'll pick one of those for a after dinner mint. So let's take a look here. Hey, Amazing Grace. Shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Hello, hello. Good to see you. All right. So let's take a look here. What else do they have for you here, Moonlight? All right, that one right here. And you have the Flower Wand, which is card number 15. And they're not too long here, so let's grab these here. Oops. Bypassed. I do know how to count. Okay. So the energy of this is clearing energy, raising vibration, happiness. So it says it can be a challenge to maintain a consistent state of happiness when you're feeling low, lacking in energy, or experiencing mood shifts that do not seem to have a source. Even if you're surrounded by positive people and energy, you may find you're still struggling to experience joy for extended periods of time. You might believe it's because someone is directing negative energy towards you. And while that could be true at times, you've received this card to put your worries at ease. There is no one who wishes you harm, but you are in need of an energetic reset, a chance to clear out the cobwebs and stagnation with deep energy work. All seasons in your life have a purpose and immense opportunities for healing and growth. You carry those lessons with you, but you must give yourself permission to let go of the rest, which could mean old traumas, mistakes, or experiences that were the catalyst for your growth. Perhaps you relive them often, unknowingly diminishing your vitality. Now is the time to allow yourself to experience a rebirth, letting the old burn away and raise your vibration. Additionally, this card is your sign to do some physical clearing work. Um, so, whatever that means for you, doing something in the physical world, whether it's a hot bath or a shower, rinsing energy away or purging things out of your life, those things. It's the attachment of things in the physical world, the physical cleansing is what it's looking at. And then I feel like an affirminator's card here for you. These are cute little funny cards. This is your after dinner mint. And we'll see what your other final message is here. All right. Come on. It's this one right here. All right. Yours is a bonus card called Communication. And it says, wonder how that other person's feeling. Well, yeah, that's what we ask. They're like, ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. That's hilarious. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, right? That's assumption, right? Makes an ass of it when we assume it's ASS out of you and me, including the person who came up with that aphorism. They see they're funny. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Moonlight. So let me know if anything happens with your donation. Uh, my email's on the bottom of the in the description box of the video, always there. So let me know how it unfolds or whatever. All right. So, Nelia Medeiros, you're up next. We got two from you, and then we have Olivia, and then Brenda, and then Amazing Grace, and then Michelle. So, up first here for the hamburger, thank you for the donation too. What are A's feelings for you? How will it end for us? All right. Let's take a look here. So, what are A's feelings for you? Okay. Do feel we've got that one and this one. We do want these two. I feel like these are underlying energies, and then that one jumped out, and then this one wants to be under there, and that one doesn't want to be seen. And then how will it end for you in a general? All right, let's take a look here. So how will it end and anything else? I feel like this is where I just want to add in the general. Okay, those two. All right. Bottom of the deck, you got the Elder of Fire, which in this deck is the King of Wands. So there's a lot of what's happening here with between the two of you, that you are in the driver's seat over your experience, over your energy, and you have your choices of where you're investing your energy, both in mental, emotional, energetic, like your manifestation and your focus energy, and your physical actions. That does um, influence where you guys are heading, as well as their mental, emotional, energetic, and physical choices too. So underneath there, they're like, well, how's it going to unfold? Well, based on current energies, we'll see what's happening here. But I like when we get those reminders that it doesn't mean that's the way it has to be, because you could alter your course and it could change the results. So if you don't like the results of what's happening here, then you can change those things too. Right. So, let's dive in here first here. So, what are their feelings? That's what these little sets are. So, the first two here, we got the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Air. All right, we'll look at the underlying energies of these two, the other two cards that came out, because these are feelings of abandonment, feeling left out in the cold, left behind, not good enough, feeling lack energy. And the Seven of Swords is a deceiver, and um, it's not necessarily that these are how they feel about you, but I feel like these are important energies to know this is what's going on with them, because I don't necessarily feel like they're outright lying or deceiving in this, but they've got a lot of their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are deceiving them, fears that are keeping them from acting on things, believing things, trusting people, and with these feelings of lack here too. Let's see what the cards underneath here are. Yeah, they definitely are wanting to change these old cycles that they had. We've got the World card, which is an ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, and then also the Six of Swords, the Six of Air, is about trying to see things from a higher perspective, leaving old ways of thinking behind so that they can move in a direction where they see things differently from a higher perspective, leaving behind choppy waters. They move to calmer waters. So moving away from choppy emotions to more calm emotions. And so I just feel like there's a lot of this going on. And this energy I don't feel is like directed specifically at you. I feel like this is just what's going on in their world, and um and it's impacting how they feel about you and everyone. So, I feel like they wanted you to know that, and then these 2 cards are getting more specific on what spirit wants you to know about how they feel about you. So let's see what those are here. Yeah, you got the 3 of Pentacles. So they do see you as someone who is really, you know, unique to themselves, authentic to yourself, that you don't try to be something that you're not, and that's something that they really admire about you, that they would like to have that for themselves. But these fears, that Seven of Swords, is what keeps them from being able to express themselves and do that, right? The underlying energy under that is the Eight of Earth. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. They do see you here too as someone who has, as a butterfly, right? They feel like they're a caterpillar. They're still lugging around, walking on the forest floor, eating leaves, moving very slowly, but they see you as a butterfly, someone who wants things that are so much different than them, like, because butterflies like nectar, where in blossoms, right, where caterpillars like eating all those leaves, they're destructive in a way, they're very consuming. Butterflies help things grow and blossom like bees. They take nectar and they pollinate by when they're going to visit different flowers too. And butterflies can go to heights and go distances that a caterpillar can never go. And so they, in a way, almost feel like you are out of their league, and that, they can't um, compete with you. If they're going to race, you're going to win. You can flutter over a raging river. They can't even go across a little small, stream, or they would drown. So I feel like there's this kind of energy of like, admiration and but also insecurity that comes in with those 2. Um, let's see, how does this end up between the 2 of you, right? That was the other part of the question, right? Yeah, how will it end for you? Yeah, get it here. So you got the Elder of Air, the King of Swords, and the Five of Swords. I feel like it ends with conflict. The Five of Swords is about conflict between the head and the heart, and that can spill out into verbal conflict. That's what the air energy rolls over in this king of air. They're the ruler of knowledge and communication in that. But it also, with this combination with these 2 cards coming out together, it can be someone getting into their head so much that they are in reactive mode out of fear. It's like their mind gets, their intelligent mind gets booted out, so they're not acting intelligently, not compassionately or lovingly. The conflict within them makes its way out, um, and I feel like that's kind of like you have the strength of boundaries and going, I won't let myself talk to me like that, and so, if I'm going to let anyone outside of me talk to me that way, right? So interesting energy there. Let's see what else here. We got more cards about the general reading point of this. Let's see what's coming in here. Yeah, we got the Six of Pentacles. So I do feel like with this, they do have a bit of codependency, enabler type of energy with that, which I feel like you recognize. Yeah. And with the moon card here, there is a lot that's revealed emotionally that comes out, but that does tell me there's a lot of emotion below the surface that houses this. And the moon has this big um you can see they're saying the reflection in the water. It's very reflective energy, and this moon energy that we have. We got all this eclipse energy, right? We had the full moon last week, right? Yeah. Um, eclipse, and then we have the new moon eclipse coming up on the 29th, which is like 8 days away. So we're like right in the middle of the lunar eclipses too. So there's a lot of emotional energy, which I'm sure we're all feeling. How you guys enjoying that? Woo! But so I feel like um, on pins and needles and walking on eggshells kind of energy, and it's like I did that for so long, I'm not gonna do that anymore. It feels like where you're coming from. Yeah. Three of Cups here too. I feel like there's a third party. They're interested in um, another individual as too, and I feel like there's a lot of conflict that's happening here. Yeah. Got the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups, very empathic individual, and the Lovers card. Yeah. And with this Queen of Water and the Lovers card, I feel like the piece of this energy is you, and I just like this message, if you deserve to be someone with someone like yourself, right? It's like this is what um is compatibility, right? The Lovers card is, I mean, it's a variety of things. It's the power of emotional choice, and with both of these coming out together, the subject feels like it's around partnership and love, romantic love with someone, but it's like I deserve to have someone treat me and love me and communicate with me like I do to myself. And like maybe, I don't know what, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I feel like you've been on this wonderful transformation for like heavily in the last 5 years, right? But you were a caterpillar before, and caterpillar, you drew caterpillar to you, right? And so there was this thing, but you're not a caterpillar anymore. And I feel like you're realizing it. In fact, even in this one, you have wings. You want someone, you deserve to be with a butterfly because you can't carry a caterpillar around. You never see butterflies doing that, right? So I feel like that is what they have for you for that one. And I'll give you a after dinner mint for that one, and after your second question, I'll give you your Ostara card and the other after dinner mint. We'll do one from each of the stacks there. Let me just put these back in here. Yeah. And I feel like for this one, it felt so serious. Let's get a guardian angel um, card for you for this one here. Okay. And I love these cards. They're so beautiful. Guardian angel. And you got inspiration. Beautiful orange chakra, sacral Shaka Khan. The the that's the energy of us dealing with another one on one with someone. And it says a wave of inspiration and a stream of beautiful ideas are about to enter your aura. It is important that you trust your intuition at this time. That's that Queen of Cups too. Pay attention to unusual thoughts that come to your mind and do not discount your imagination. Many wonderful ideas which have served humanity were initially scoffed at or ridiculed. We, your guardian angels, will help you discover ways to apply your ideas and manifest new realities for your life. I love that. Beautiful message. All right. Let me put this one up so I remember it's that one that I'm going to do next. So that's for your first one there. And then for your second one, the on their head upside down sticker. Thank you for your additional donation as well. So, anyone special or anything coming towards you and anything that you need to know. All right. We'll take a look there. Let's see what we got here. Let's shuffle these. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone there. I better calm down. All right. And those there. This one too. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups coming in here. I like how they show this here because it's almost feels like the star card. And the Seven of Cups is there's a lot of beautiful opportunities. Usually they'll have like 7 cups and people are trying to choose which one they want. And, she's reaching for this particular star here. So I like this energy. Kind of is reminiscent of that King of Wands you got in the other deck, which is there's so much around you that we could consider, special. Um, and we'll see here if it's someone or something, but there is definitely a lot of opportunities for heightened emotional experiences with that Seven of Cups. So it's just a matter of whatever we focus on is what we draw to us, right? So if I'm focusing on lower vibrational emotional things, I'm going to draw on things that match that, which could be some of those cups. But also we can focus on the higher vibration as well, and then draw things in that match that as well. So I like that. Let's dig deeper though. Let's see what's happening here. So you do have the Hanged Man. So here is this transformation. Um, uh, this is one of the cards that I talk about caterpillars and butterflies, which we just finished talking about. And I feel like this is it's transformation energy. It's about seeing things from a higher perspective. The Hanged Man hanging upside down, but it always reminds me of a cocoon too. So let's dig a little deeper. Is this someone? But here we go. Here's that um, King of Wands I was just talking about that you got in your last reading. That was on the bottom of the deck. So here is your power of what you focus on to draw into you. So I feel like with both of these, there's transformation of your outside world by focusing on whatever your energy is. A little bit of a spiral or a thread of that upcoming here in the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, especially when we get beyond the eclipses, that you have a great opportunity where like the planets are in alignment with your manifestation energy, that whatever you focus your energy on gets drawn to you faster than normal. And so I feel like there's a little bit of awareness. It's not a caution. It's just more of like, hey, just so you know, whatever you focus on coming up, you're going to draw it in big and fast to you. So be aware of what you're focusing on, right? So let's see what else is coming in here. You got a lot of cards. Let's see here. You got 6 of Water. Okay. This is one of my past life cards. Could be, well, let's see, is if it's going to be no, it is, someone from a past life. So this isn't someone that's coming back from the past, because the 6 of Cups can mean that with all our retrograde energy we're on. Sometimes that can mean that, but when I got the full card, which is like a soul reborn kind of energy, that with these 2 cards coming out together and this other one, it really tells me this is, someone special that's coming across your path that's coming up. You do have the 2 of Wands too that came out with it all, which kinda like the Elder of Fire. It's, the 2 of Fire, which is you can if you focus on lower vibration, you draw that in, you focus on higher vibration, you draw on things that match that instead. Um, and I feel like with your gratitude of the relationships you've had in the past, the things that you've loved about people, doesn't mean you had to love everything about them, but you can focus in on gratitude for, I loved that about them. I loved that about them. I'm grateful about that. It's all about gratitude of the people that have been in your life in the past. And this comes in. We'll see here if it's romantic or not, because it doesn't have to be. It can be like a new best friend. But whoever this is someone special because I joke all the time about when we come across people from our past lives, it's so obvious that it's someone with that strong past life connection that I say like they're glowing in the dark and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt. And that's the kind of energy that comes in here, and you're going to recognize them and feel an immediate comfortability with them too. Let's see if it's romantic or not. You know, the Ace of Earth. Yeah, this does tell me with the Ace of Pentacles that this isn't someone that you've known in this lifetime because it's a brand new opportunity that's coming in. Let's see what else they can tell us here. Yeah, again, the Page of Air. It's like a number 11 and the Death card, Death and Rebirth. So it's someone that, again, they're like a butterfly. So there's someone that's gone through they see things differently. They've questioned their thoughts and beliefs. They've gone through a rebirth. You know, again, I mean, I know it looks a little creepy a little bit, but they are a butterfly. They have wings anyway. Um, so they have been through this change here. And then here's the Three of Pentacles. Reminder about being true to your authentic self. And it's like a full circle because the other card we had the Three of Pentacles, it was meaning something different with them. This is about you being true to your authentic self and not needing to dim your light or, um, try to be someone that you're not. So I do like this that this person's coming in here, and you'll recognize them um, when it's time here. We'll see what else we're going to get your after dinner mint here, and then we'll give you an Ostara Oracle too. All right. So your affirminators after dinner mint. Let's see what we got here. Okay, there it is right there. Do you have personal growth? Look at that. Celebration of your growth. You are a butterfly. So it says, as I move toward greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they helped me get to where I am. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. So I love that. This transformation. So definitely someone that is coming your way. Just continue doing that personal growth, focusing on your inner love, letting go of the mindsets that don't serve you, the emotions that don't serve you, the energy that doesn't serve you, and of course, physical things that don't serve you anymore as well. You got Eggshell Pots is your card. Number 12, which says connect with the essence of purpose within. Your intention and all will be revealed. All right, let's see what they have here for you. So the energy of it is sacred vessel, container for magic, and holding the vision. All right. So it says eggshell pots or planters are a gorgeous craft just about anyone can pull off, but they also have a practical use. Eggshells provide a substance called calcium carbonate, which helps to lower the pH levels of soil. Many plants, especially young ones, prefer to grow in low acidity, and eggshells provide just the vessel for the perfect growing conditions. You will always learn as your journey progresses, but starting off with a clear plan to support your dream is, of course, the most ideal. You currently have a fragmented or diluted vision of your desired outcome. Your intention or situation is lacking clarity and refinement, hindering you from manifesting your dream. So, receiving this card is your sign to go back to the drawing board. What is it you're really hoping to accomplish and why? You may be feeling discouraged, believing you're lacking the skill or desirable traits needed to accomplish your goal, but that isn't the case at all. The magic is within you, waiting for you to have a better understanding of where it is that you'd like to go. So keep in mind your vision may be crisp and clear, but is surrounded by a haze of doubt and lack of confidence. A failure to believe in yourself is almost the same as not having a plan to begin with. You are the sacred vessel, your own container of magic. No dream is too big as long as you're clear about what you want and why. It will be much easier to hold the vision once it's free from cloudiness and doubt. Ooh, so beautiful spring Ostara energy. So that's what they have for you there, Nelia. So many blessings to you. Thank you for your dual donations. Let's see, we have some more of my YouTube channel members come. Hey, Nadine. Hello, hello. And Infinity, hello. Good to see you. Baby, calm down. You talking to me? Hey, my fiend. Hey, divine empathic tarot. So funny. All right. So up next, we have Olivia and then Brenda Tejada. And then we'll go to Amazing Grace and then Michelle. And then love is the most powerful force in the universe. Hello. All right. I might be a little hyper because my host, she took her dog to get her ears cleaned, did a little spa at the vet, and she always stops and gets a pup cup at Dutch Brothers, but she got me a quadruple shot drink, so I might be more hyper than I think I am. All right. So, Olivia, thank you so much for your donation and behind the scenes. All right. Are you about to dive deep into some tea? Let's take a look here. So, you'd like a reading about MS for the rest of March and then April, please. Yeah, be nosy. There we go. About this one. Spill the beans. All right. Let's take a look here. What is going on with MS? All right. And this is for the rest of March, and then we'll look at April too. Okay. Beans, beans. Let's take a look here. Okay, so we do have, I feel like those are the rest of March, and that's April. I feel like we do have that happening there. Yeah, being drawn to these for below the surface for March. All right, yeah. Let's see, what is, April. Oh, we got the runaway in April. 3, 2, 1 cards in April. Let's see what's going on for the rest of March. Well, March is only, my gosh, can you believe we only have like about a little over a week left? Crazy. But the bottom of the deck, when I said, oh yeah, it makes sense, the Ace of Cups, the journey of self-love, the underlying energy of what's going on with them, is this self-love stuff that's going on there. You're funny. All right, Nadine. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, flying by, right, Living? So, but this is a great reminder that all of our relationships with people in the outside world are a reflection of our self-love. If I'm having conflict, that means they're inner conflict. But also, sometimes when we grow our self-love and our energy doesn't match where it was before, then it does create that decision points, right? Where it's like, well, this energy doesn't match anymore, and I don't want to lower my energy to get back into that because I've done it over and over again, right? I'm ready for change. So this Ace of Cups does show that they've really grown so much around their self-love that it is the catalyst for a lot of this. Let's look at the bottom energies first for March. We have 3 cards here. So we have the Knight of Air, Knight of Swords, so movement of thought and belief and mindset. We have the Ace of Air, Ace of Swords, which definitely has the energy of wanting to see things differently from a higher perspective, a lot of clarity that came in. The Knight of Air is that, they all have a quest, all the knights do. They quest after the Ace of Swords was a quest for clarity. They got clarity, right? And they're reminding me, because I think we mentioned in a reading, right, that they were going over everything in their head just to make sure, um, do I really want to leave this situation because I want to do my mental due diligence before I make a final stand, right? It's like, a city that's being like in the olden days, right? A city that was under siege. They had to decide, are we going to really declare war or do we want to go to war? Because if we go to war, there's going to be blood, right? In a way. And I feel like that's what they were doing. And the Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups, that's coming in here too, right? Which is all about trusting intuition, trusting their heart, um, as well. And trusting their gut, trusting that going, and so their gut is really has been telling them a lot. They got this clarity. Now let's see, that's the underlying energy. That's kind of the source or the root of what these three things are that are happening between now and the end of March here. So we do have the Seven of Water, a lot of emotional energy, which kind of is normal. But this, you can see here with this Seven of Cups that they were pondering all the emotions, all the choices that they had, and they've made a decision. They know what they're wanting here with choosing that one bright light. The Nine of Air, yeah, done with feeling the emotions. The night, not the emotions, the fears, the nightmare and insomnia card here, which is like the decision. I want this nightmare to be over with, right? The Seven of Air, tired of the deceit, the lies, the um these fears keeping me from, it's like the thievery kind of energy, that they've overcome with all this. I love that they got the Knight of Air and the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords underneath, because all of this mental conflict with the 7 and the 9 of Air that was going on inside of them. It's like the fog is lifted and they're really seeing things so clearly. And I like this because I do feel here that, where love and emotion had blinded them before, something has really clicked with them. And I don't know if they've gotten off of drugs or gotten on good drugs for bringing clarity, like, something that's helped them chemically. Either they've reduced, um, trying to numb themselves through drugs and alcohol, and it could be, any kind of drug, but or they've replaced it or have gotten and have something that's just because it's crystal clear now. Their emotions aren't foggy. I feel like this fog is lifted, and it's really clear energy here with this. So I feel like they've made a decision. I don't feel like they've communicated it yet with all that energy, because I just feel like um, they're getting ready to send, the message out to the sieging army to say, if we need to go to war, we will. I'd rather us not, you know, um, because there's going to be heavy losses on both sides. I'd rather have, you know, come to a place of agreeing to disagree and maintain our own borders kind of energy. All right. Wow. And then we got 3 and 3, um, for April in a way, but it's 3, 2, and 1. So there is a countdown in April. So I feel like this is where the proverbial cock-a-doodle hits the fan, right? Kind of energy. So let's see what we got here. Queen of Earth, yep. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing of themselves, birthing of something. We also have the 7 of Fire, 7 of Wands, being true to one's authentic self, not dimming their light. This is that I don't dim my light. I don't ask permission to shine. I don't need to defend what I want. Um, I'm choosing for me. And both that Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Earth, and that is about nurturing yourself. I'm gonna choose for me. I gotta watch out for me. Um, and then the Hermit, yeah, to be by themselves. You can't make it up, right? Um, so there is this with the Hermit card. This is about, of course, being off by themselves. So I feel like April is the big time here. They've done the due diligence and the thinking, and that countdown 3, 2, 1 really stand out too. So it's making sense, right? Let's see what these two cards are. Yep, we got the Devil, Capricorn energy here, and the Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles. Interesting with this combination, the Devil card is Saturn Capricorn energy, which rules the 10th house of work, and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like they have a new opportunity work-wise to do something here with this coming in, and I like that because it feels like a bright opportunity coming in perfectly when they need some finances and they need something positive to come in, but they have this new opportunity that's opening up, and the Devil card is like this. The Capricorn energy is when we um, it's very mental energy, very Capricorny, get into our head energy, where it's like, and that goes back to all that sword energy they had, all that air energy they had, where clarity around a lot of things. Because this is also like, I know what I want to do and what I'm capable of and what I can do. And I feel like they got out of their head of, you know, um, not believing in themselves. And I feel like someone, I don't know who it could have been, but someone had them convinced that they were stupid and that they couldn't do a whole lot because that would help them keep them, right? But they're realizing that's all a crock. I am so much smarter and capable than I was allowing you to influence me to believe this about myself, right? Because anyone can tell us something. People can tell us we're stupid all day long, and I'm only stupid if I believe it. And I feel like they've really learned a lot about their capabilities and capacity. So I feel like they have a great job opportunity that opens up that just is coming at the perfect time for them too. So I like that. And then all of that is mixed in because it's not just impacting how they felt about their relationship. It also is how they feel about themselves. They've released a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that happened long before they met. Who they who we shall not name. um, even way back into their childhood, they really realized a lot of stuff that's coming in here. And this was a catalyst, their relationship and all that was happening. But they're really realizing this was a ripple, a reflection from something that's been echoing from their past over and over again. And they were just a perfect mirror for them to see all this. But I feel like a lot of freedom. Devil card energy is like when it comes here where I cannot not see this anymore, but it doesn't come to me to beat me up and show me all that stuff. It comes in to show me what prison bars I have myself in so I can be free from it. So I really like that. And then the last card, we had the Eight of Water. You can't. I just can't. Eight of Cups, walking away from emotions and relationships that no longer serve. Drop the mic, right? So April does feel like the month that the the countdown happens, but it doesn't feel so scary. The energy feels like so calm from them. It's just like, I know it's like when you're anxious because you're not sure you're making a right decision or a right choice in life. We all go through this, right? And we're like, confused and torn and everything. But when we know, when it moves from we know to we know, then there's this calm. And I know I'm doing what's best. And I feel like that's coming in here, right? So he's also seeing the doctor and appropriately taking meds. Wow, I love it. I love it. And you want to know, does MS find out that BA has cheated on them before? At this point, they don't care. They don't care. There's this, um, with that Seven of Swords, the lying and the deceit and that, I feel like they already knew or had a strong suspicion. And so they're just like, they're reminding me like my first ex, like after like 10 years after we had broke up and everything else, we came across each other's paths again, and he apologized. He was like, "I was a horrible, boyfriend," and, it was like, and I did things, and I'm like, I had already kinda worked through a lot of stuff, and I just said, "You show me what I needed to see about myself. I have no angst towards you." And I didn't wanna know, a part of my human was like, "Yeah, I wanna know everything you did," but then it was like, that's and I feel like that's the energy they're feeling. It's useless in a way. So let's see here. Let's see what your, Ostara oracle is here for you too. I'm so glad I got to experience it all because it wasn't that he was the first, and then there was the second. The third one didn't, number 4 did, and then number 5 didn't, but they were all showing me, that's the wonderful thing about shadow work, is when we realize when people cheated on us, they were a mirror for us, showing us how we were cheating on ourself with them, because self-worth comes from self, but if I'm defining myself by them, I'm cheating on them with them. And it blew my mind. And I'm like, I just realized all these people were mirrors showing me what I wanted to see about myself. And I'm like, thank you. You guys deserve a bonus. You really taught me so well. All right, let's take a look here. We got daffodils for their situation too, which is number 10, ending and beginning energy. And it says, the whispers that inspire are shifting towards you in a melody of creative blooms. So this is their energy around the situation here, daffodils. It's renewal, vitality, and inspiration. So Zostara is looking at your heels when you begin to see bright, jubilant daffodils peeking through the snow. This is such endings and beginnings energy with this Aries, the beginning of our new astrological year, and the eclipses, which are endings and beginnings. Gaze upon them. That's funny, gaze. No, anyway, but it's gaze, Gaze. Upon them and notice their trumpet like shape, as though Mother Earth created them specifically to announce the return of spring and the end of the uninspired, stuck energy of winter. Wow. Just as winter represents stagnation, you may have experienced a similar energy presenting itself as a block, lack of growth, loss of motivation, or sense of weariness in the face of life's demands. This is all their energy, right? The birth flower of March has arrived to announce the shifting of your seasons. It is an invitation to embrace your current changes with optimism. Reconnect with your inner vitality by planting the seeds of creativity and inspiration. You may rediscover a forgotten hobby, delight in new adventures, or simply take in the wonder of the beauty all around you. Each passing breeze or little sprout can offer a source of inspiration and renewed energy. Providing an outlet for self expression naturally puts your mind and spirit in a period of growth. Remedies to problems will suddenly appear, and you will have the answer you desire. Until that time comes, allow yourself to reconnect with your passions as a source of fuel for fresh solutions. And I feel like they're very big artist energy, and I feel like that's going to help them if they will get into allowing their creativity to flow. That'll help with the stagnation energy too. And then your after dinner mint, the Affirminators card. Let's take a look here. All right. And we've got connection. Dun, 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 dun. What is that? Oh, they're all talking about snow. So it says, I'm connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. I like that they know that they're not alone. Well, obviously, you guys care about them very much. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. And it says, note to self, work on witty banter about weather related stuff. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that is what they have for you, Olivia. So here we go. Here we go. And I like that connection energy. I know you let them know that, but it's probably good just to let them know you're not alone, you know, uh, and you're loved. I think that's good. Good always to know that. All right. So that is what they have for you, Olivia. Thank you again for your donation. And then Brenda, you are up next. So just where we're at, we've got Brenda, and then I've got Amazing Grace, and then Michelle, and then love is the most powerful force in the universe, and then Miss K. Hey, Miss K. And then I just got a PayPal that came through. Let me just check here. Maria P. You'll be up after that. Let me check timestamps. Yeah. So you'll be up after that. Oh, yeah. I just saw your question. Amazing Grace. So good. Perfect. I must have sensed, but it's good to let everyone know where we're at. All right. So we'll continue going down the list here. So Brenda, thank you so much for your donation. And you would like a love and money reading for tonight and tomorrow. How will tomorrow be? All right. So, love and money for tonight. Okay. Love, money. And then for tomorrow, how will tomorrow be? Go to those. No, not those. Okay. That is it. All right. So, bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Air, which, of course, you being an air sign, but it's a great energy. This is balance between head and heart. So it feels very, balanced, stable type of energy that's coming in with that being the on the bottom of the deck there, the overall energies that's there. Hey, Brenda, I'm good. How are you? So let's talk about money first. So we've got the Two of Air, Two of Swords, and the Ten of Air, Ten of Swords. So, all this air energy, but, the Two of Air is about conflict between head and heart and, needing to make some choices around finances. But the 10 of air is letting go of expectations, letting go of those small t truths rooted in fear. And so it's a good reminder that, you know, we all do get all that, supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be and all these opinions around finances. And of course, money makes the world go around is our belief system, right? So we're like, it's always on our radar, but we tend to get taught to focus on the fear of lack and the possibilities of lack and you know the bills are coming due, but and so our energy can take us into that type of thing there. Tornado. Tornado and luck, is that what that is? Your little emojis. But it's this energy of you know, a reminder to let the fears go, focus on gratitude for what we have and what we have had, because that energy allows it to come in for us, right? When we're focused on fears and lack, that's lacking energy, or of wanting money, needing money. That's all lack, because it's saying, I don't have any or enough, so I need more, I want more. That's lack energy. It's all tied to lack. And when we focus on that, it pushes it away. Um, because we want to experience more lack is what our energy is telling the universe when we're focusing on that. But when we start to go look around and what am I grateful for in my life? I'm grateful for what I have, the money I have, the security that I do have, and these are the things I've loved that I have had in the past. That energy opens us up for that. And so I feel like that's what they want you to know tonight around that is, yeah, it's good to balance my head and my heart and get into that place, with knowing that it's not the outside world that brings me what I need, but the creator. They are the bringer of my sustenance. And that if I have that gratitude toward them and that trust and hand it to them and surrender to them, and then ask anything I can do to help, you know, bring in abundance in my life, let me know. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in around money for tonight, anyway. And then for love for tonight, you got the four of air, more thinking, and the four of fire. Okay, so you got two energies here about peace of mind and balanced energy. But there is this um, four of air. The reason why they're so calm is that they're lying down. Usually it's someone resting on the ace of swords, and the three swords are on the on the um, wall, and that's about letting go of expectations kind of energy too. So we've got all that kind of coming in here. It's remembering the four of wands is joy, 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 right? When I focus on into the supposed to be's, the should be's, and those things, it's like, let me let those go. Focus on what I do have, what I have loved, release it, and then enjoy the moments. That's what draws things to us. If I'm focusing on fear, I draw that. If I focus on gratitude, I draw that. So I feel like there's this message here with this balance with the Queen of Swords, just about balancing the head and the heart, just remembering, the journey. You're like, no, you're so funny. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So you have the Eight of Water, Eight of Cups, and this is that energy of, walking away from emotions that don't serve us anymore and relationships that don't serve us anymore as well. And so it's those that we feel like we're investing more consistently into them than the other individual or individuals. And this is about getting back your emotional energy for yourself. Let's see what else we have here too. Yep, Elder of Water, King of Cups. This is the Queen of Swords. This is the counterpart for it, which is the balance between head and heart. And I like this energy of this because it's like tomorrow is this energy of, um, like I said, you're getting all this emotional energy back by releasing old emotions that don't serve you anymore, because that takes energy to keep those suppressed and keep them down. And they go all the way back to like when your emotional child was 7 years old and younger, right? There's all this stuff that you're releasing, you get all that emotional energy back. And then also backing off of relationships where you're giving 70, 80, 90% all the time, and the other ones are giving consistently only 10 and 20 and 30%. Some of them you can just bring it all back, the ones that need to out of your life. But others are you can bring it back to 50%. And if they make up the difference, you can have a relationship that continues, or it'll drift away and then you get all that other energy. But this emotional inventory and regaining and taking back a lot of where you're investing all of your emotional energy is to prepare you for meeting the King of Cups that's here, right? And, this is the energy of that someone in the future who deserves that energy, that is someone that fits like a glove, someone who is a match that just fits so perfectly because they're able to communicate their emotions. They're intelligent. but they're able to communicate emotions, and it's just a wonderful match for you here, right? So I like that. And you have the Seven of Cups, which is there's all these emotional choices that are around you, and I feel like these are, you know, the individuals that with the Eight of Cups, it's like I've been investing all this because this King of Cups will be coming down here, and I want to pick them, and I want that energy and the emotional energy for them. Because if I'm investing all my emotional energy and all this other stuff, I'm not going to have it, and then my heart doesn't draw them toward me. Yeah, and then you have the Queen of Water. So not only did you have the divine counterpart energy of the Elder of Water and the Queen of Air, because the Queen rules over air, gets the second portion of cups behind the scene. The King gets a portion of cups, but gets air behind the scene. That's why they're divine counterparts in a way too. But then, literally getting the same cards, you have the King and Queen together here. So, there is this energy of really realizing what is for you and what you're could be settling for. You said Eris asked what you wanted to do and such, but I didn't feel like replying anyway because I don't know if I want the things I don't want. Yeah, exactly. This is that energy of your energy doesn't match my energy, right? They, um, you know, what, and it happens when we get a little impatient or tired of waiting or bored or moments of desperation where we're like, you know, well, maybe they'll do, but then you realize, no, if they have shown you who they are already, and they already showed you that they don't match up to you, right? So what more do they need to do to show you that they're not that King of Cups for you? Let's see what else we have here. We're going to pull an Ostara Oracle card here for you for your fortune cookie, and then we'll pull you a after dinner mint. So, yeah, you got Moon Milk, card 24, which says, there is nothing like the medicine that comes from the ritual of yourself. All right, let's take a look here. What is this energy? What else do they want to tell you here? So, this is about relaxation, peacefulness, grounding rituals, and stress relief. Like this. So, moon milks are a warm, soothing, grounding, and nutritive rich drink often used as a way to unwind at the end of the day. They are traditionally plant based and can be customized with various herbs, adaptogens, and spices to promote sleep, better digestion, increased immunity, or general stress relief. In addition to their contribution to better welfare, they are also incredibly comforting. So, having a daily moon milk ritual or a grounding ritual of any kind will give you something to rely on, especially during those times when it feels as though many things are beyond your control. These are moments you can manage by deliberately creating any type of mood or environment that supports your holistic well being, right? This is choosing to nurture yourself. You're being guided to prioritize more moments of traditional self care. Things such as sleep, eating foods that are rich in vitamins and minerals, meditation, drinking more water, and gentle but restorative movements are all supported upon pulling this card. This is your invitation to turn your focus on yourself, listening to your body and its current needs. Additionally, you're encouraged to establish a practice of returning to your bliss and peace of mind. The Four of Swords, peace of mind. You may also consider taking a mental health day by yourself to recharge. All right, just saying, just saying. And then I feel like we want to go to the affirminators here for your after dinner mint. Right, how we doing on time? It's already 7:20. Wow. Zoom zoom. All right. So, yeah, your card is patience. Ugh. Ugh. Congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. And then all in caps. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. So very much an energy around love and I feel like they're saying patience, let go of the emotions and the people and the relationships that don't serve you anymore because you're going to get all that energy back and then that emotional energy building up in your heart that you're getting back for you, this self-care, that is what kind of um it's like an electromagnet in a way. You creates this and this king of cups that is out there, it magnifies them and that's what draws you guys together. But if you're investing all that energy out among relationships and people that aren't serving you any longer, then it's not pulling you to each other. So doing all this is for you because you deserve to have someone that's like you, right? All right. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. That's what they have for you this evening, my dear. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All righty. And okay. So up next, we do have Amazing Grace. So thank you for your donation via the Cash App. And then you said your question was in here. So let's take a look here. There it is. So, oh, okay. So was that the stalker that you saw in traffic today? Let's take a look here. Take another sip here. All right. So was it the stalker? Well, all those no, wasn't those. Okay, just that one. Anything else? What else do you need to know? Okay, let's take a look here. So, bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles with the Elder of the Earth that's here. Um, you know, when we asked that question last week, didn't we get the King of Pentacles for them? I'm just feeling like it's someone that was looking for completeness and fullness in the outside world and da 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 da. So I feel like it was. That's like energy I'm feeling from that is I feel like we got that card representing their intentions. If that it just feels like that's what it was. Um and let's see what else we have here. So we got the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. There you are. And the Council of Monarchs, which is the Emperor card that's in here. And then we've got the Devil card underneath of all that here as well. Capricorn, Devil card energy here. There's a lot of energy coming in with this. The Queen of Fire is how they see you. And it's funny because the underlying energy is the Devil card is the challenging of their mindsets and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that come in. And the Emperor card, the Council of Monarchs is what they call it here, is like seeing that um, what you deserve and what you need is not like he sees you as the Queen of Wands, but they're like, you need an emperor, and they're only the King of Pentacles. The Emperor has the energy of all four kings. And so there is that energy again coming in here of realizing that they are a fourth of what you need. This is kind of the energy that's coming up with them here. And we got the Sun card, which is Leo, inner child energy, but it is shining a bright light on them, on their life and how they're feeling about themselves, and a lot of clarity that comes in, but their inner child is speaking loudly to them, and that makes sense because that's all about lack and not being enough, and that lower vibrational self-talk that we all enjoy, right? Let's see what these other two cards are here. We got the Four of Air, Four of Swords. I like that. Peace of mind. Yeah, that's his projection on himself. Exactly. That's how, like, be peace of mind. And the Eight of Water. Yeah. Walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve you here. So I don't feel like, even though you saw them, I don't feel like their energy has changed. I just feel like it's even more reinforced on them realizing that, you know, I'm not, um, to think that I have a chance is not, um, a smart, intelligent viewpoint. They're like, what was I thinking? And you're like, exactly, exactly. Let's see what your Ostara Oracle has here for you too. But I do feel like it was them, but I feel like they're saying, but rest your weary mind, uh, you know, be at peace. And you have the hare, number 19, the rabbit, the hare. And there's magic in the balance of all that we are. I like this energy. Let's see what it brings in here for you. So, androgyny, giving and receiving and awareness. So, in Europe, hares are thought to be androgynous, and in early Britain, it was believed they could shift from one gender to another. Maybe they're going through gender reassignment. I'm just kidding. I don't think so. This is likely due to the fact there is very little difference between male and female hair, and when hair appears, it calls on you to express both male and female energies in pursuit of your endeavors. Don't pick me looking all weird. I know, right? It's funny. I'm like, or you're gonna put if they approach you, you're gonna put them through gender reassignment. So your gender identification does not inform how you express this energy, as all beings have masculine and feminine vitality within them. Feminine energy is your source of intuition and beauty and your ability to receive, while masculine energy fills your drive and encourages you to take action and set boundaries. I love this. Reinforcing your balance of divine masculine energy. I thought you would like that. When receiving this card, know that you are ready to act on your goals, but must do so in a balanced way. Use your feminine nature on the subconscious mind to check in with your heart, asking yourself if your choice is a true expression of who you are, and then lean into your masculine side or ego to put your plans into action. Both sides nourish and support one another, and in doing so, aid in your growth and evolution. This card can also mean the dance of giving and receiving, listening and speaking, or balancing periods of rest with activity. So I like this energy of balance, but this, you know, kind of this reinforcement of, yeah, stand by your boundaries. And then I feel like your energy is taking you um, into following your heart and letting your brain and your divine masculine side support the movement of where your heart wants to take you. So I like that. That's right. Here you go. And then your what did I call it? That was your fortune cookie. These are your after dinner mints. I'm being drawn to the guardian angel message, and you got love. Yay. Which says, negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. So maybe this, the energy you have towards them. I know you've forgiven them and letting a lot of stuff go, but evidently there is a little bit of a in there, right? So something that can maybe look at if that resonates. But it says, feel both your heart and your mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose. You can't make this up. Two completely different decks are talking about this. And unleash your divine potential through the power of love. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, that can be their energy. But um anything that comes up within us, like when you thought you saw them in traffic, what came up inside of you? Was it, "Oh, I send them love and light," or was it like, "Oh, crap?" If it's, "Oh, crap," that's fear. So there's something that we can release still, maybe. If that's what it was. If not, then I love that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Amazing Grace. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then a funny feeling, like when you, eat something that doesn't agree with your stomach funny? Like, you better find a restroom fast funny? Oh, I like that. Okay, good. Alright, and then just let everyone know where we're at here. So we have Michelle, is coming up next. Let me find here's your there is your question, and then we have love is the most powerful force in the universe, and then Miss K, and then we will jump over to yep, and Maria P, and then Sun and Moon. You'll be up after that, and it is okay. So 7:32. Okay, all right. So Michelle Smith, thank you so much for your donation, and you wanted to know, will Betty share some of the lawsuit settlement with you? All right, let's take a look here. So, will Betty share some of the settlement with you and anything else you need to know? Okay. And bottom of the deck, the energy that's kind of flowing through here is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about being true to one's authentic self in a way, standing tall, not dimming light, not needing to defend oneself and one's actions, not asking permission to shine. So there's this very um, powerful energy that comes in with that because there is, and I normally don't talk about this energy of this card a lot, but it is about feeling like, you're above, and this would be her energy, feeling like she's above the crowd, victorious, standing tall, and that other people might be like, how can you be happy and we're not happy? But there's this energy of I have, and so if I want to, I can reach down to help lift someone else up too, which is like the energy that you're talking about here. We'll get more details, of course. That's the bottom energy. So possibilities that that energy exists there. Let's see what else we have. We got Ace of Water, Ace of Cups, which is joy and happy emotions, new heightened emotions coming in. We have the Three of Air, the Three of Swords, which is expectations equal disappointment energy. But I'm really feeling like, from her standpoint, this is her realizing I've been in tough situations before. I've been in very disappointing situations before, and I didn't like it. So if I can do anything to help someone else smile, then I will. And I kind of feel like that's what this energy um, is coming in here. So kind of feel like it's leaning towards that they would here. And then the Nine of Water, the Nine of Cups, which is emotional dreams come true. and the Knight of Earth. The Knight of Earth is the slowest moving knight out of it all. So I feel like with the Nine of Cups, I feel like that they will, but I don't feel like they're gonna, you know, run out, cash the check, and then bring you money. I feel like they have all this stuff and, they're getting a settlement and they're taking care of all this stuff. And there's all this other stuff that they need to get squared away. And then they're like, okay, oh, I felt very rushed, very, talking so fast, right? And that's how I feel their energy was. And then they're, okay, now, you know, I want to do this for you kind of energy. Let's see what this is. What else do you need to know? Yeah, you have the Eight of Air, Eight of Swords. So this energy with spiders, are you scared of spiders? This is about letting go and realizing and releasing our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. And so to clear away those thoughts and beliefs, those lower vibrational energies rooted in fear. And then what else do you have here? Yep, Ten of Pentacles, abundance of the outside world, Queen of Earth, abundance and harvest, and the Ace of Air, clarity and communication that comes into seeing things from a different perspective, which that Ace of Air helps you remove these thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore. Um, and those can be thoughts and beliefs like, well, and like, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to have someone help me. I don't have to deserve that someone to give this to me. Those can be below the surface too, because sometimes we can have these beliefs like, I deserve that, but inside our little inner child goes, no, you don't. So just, looking at that and seeing that there. But I like this Ten of Earth and Queen of Earth, um, Nine of Cups, all this energy I feel is pointing to, yes, just takes a little bit of time for them to, share some of the settlement with you because they got so much on their mind of what they are wanting to make sure to pay off medical bills or bills, whatever they felt like they needed to focus in on, if that makes sense. And let's see what your Ostara oracle is for this spring energy. You've got wreath making, joining together. Card number 44, master number 44, which says, adorn your world with spells infused with purpose and craft the life you desire. I like that. And that can be that gratitude, we're changing our mindset from need and want and expectations and anything connected with fear and just gratitude, going, Creator, I know that you take care of me in whatever way you're going to bring me my abundance and fulfillment and what I need. I'm grateful for it. And you just kind of surrender it over, right? Keywords for this one are home blessings, magical living, and the power of ornamentation. Says anything can become a ritual of positive transformation with the right intention. Cleaning your home can become a powerful practice of clearing stagnant energy from yourself and your environment. Filling your home with fragrance can easily present a chance to uplift the spirits of those who dwell in your space, and adorning your home with intentional decor, such as hanging symbols of prosperity or wreaths for protection, can draw in your desires. Everything you fill your environment with can support your journey with ripples of positive energy. Be mindful of the energy around you, taking care to surround yourself with the people and things that give you a sense of peace and belonging as much as possible. The more you fill your life with things that bring you joy, the more reasons you have to attune to the vibration of happiness and fulfillment, drawing more of this energy to you. Ornamentation can be a wonderful practice of self expression, allowing you to find inspiration in the things you hold most dear. Allow your personal space to become a living vision board, slowly creating a life that is deeply reflective of who you are and who you'd like to become. Additionally, being intentional with the people you spend the most time with can contribute to your growth or hinder it. If you surround yourself with positive people, you are much more likely to have a positive outlook yourself. If you desire I'm sorry, if your desire is to advance in life, consider spending time with people who have been where you are now, as they can offer valuable insights to help you get ahead while avoiding costly mistakes. It's kind of like that energy. She's been in positions before, and I like that energy. So that is your fortune cookie. And then I feel like we're going to the guardian angel cards for um, your after dinner mint. So let's see what your guardian angels want you to know here. Okay, this one here. So I love the size of these cards. They're just beautiful, beautiful. And then you got intuition. And that says, trust your intuition and know that what seems logical may not necessarily be right. The answer to your question lies inside your heart. Endless possibilities exist for you. Stop trying to work it all out and feel your way through. We, your angels, will guide you. Trust your feelings. What feels right is right. I love that. So that's what they have for you, Michelle. So thank you so much again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, Cherry Blossom. Shout out to my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. All right. Okay, so up next we do have love is the most powerful force in the universe. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. All right. And so you want E-Tag's recent thoughts about you. All right. So let's take a look here. See what's going on. Of course, their thoughts about anyone else is infused with a lot of their thoughts about themselves. So we'll keep that in mind. But let's see, what does Spirit want you to know about what their thoughts are about you recently? They don't want that, but they do want this one. They don't want that, but they do want these three. Okay. All right. So I feel like these are done here like that. Bottom of the deck, you have the Judgment card here. Judgment card is a combination of like their higher self drawing them to see things from a different perspective, but the two X's on the bottom here are really standing out down here for the Roman numerals representing the card number 20. But it's like three strikes. They've had two strikes, and the third strike will be it. Third strike, they're out, right? And I feel like that's what they're looking at things, and they're this judgment of themselves, but there's a lot of fear and their but I just feel like their thoughts are unsettling within them about their failures, their fear of failing, their fear of not being enough, their fear of not of getting rejected, the fear of being abandoned. You know, this energy is below the surface. And that's the energy on the bottom of the deck. Let's see what these first three cards are here. And we got the Eight of Pentacles, which does have to do with putting in blood, sweat, tears. We got the Three of Water, the Three of Cups, and let's see the third card here first. You got the Knight of Fire, yeah. Knight of Wands, a lot of passion, passion, movement, movement. The Three of Cups, you know, when I saw the Three of Water there, you know, because it can be joy or it can be third party interest. Like they have interest, but they also have interest in someone else too. And with that Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands, that's the movement of passion, which sometimes I see like a little chihuahua that's going around humping people's legs. You know, it's like control yourself. But this is this draw that's coming in here. And I just feel like they're trying to see what they want and where they feel they will fail or not. And this three of cups, it's like they see you as someone, but they have emotion for and interest towards and attraction towards. But it also is that fear of like you have like boundaries and standards and things that you want for yourself from someone, and that's where they feel like third strike, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. This other person that they're interested in has low standards, which is like, I could meet their expectations because all they're looking for is someone who's breathing, but I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in here. Let's see what these other ones are in here too, and see what we have here. So we got the world card and the moon card. So the world card is about, the ending of a significant cycle, beginning of a new adventure. So it's an ending and beginning energy. And the moon card is the energy of a lot of hidden and unknown things that are um, that are existing there. And I do feel like here that you discover that if you have interest in other people, then go be with them kind of energy. And that's what I feel like with this moon card is you are really, that, these, um, uh, it comes to light is like what it's the discovery of hidden things that comes in. But I feel like that's what is kind of this indication of an ending and an ending with them and a beginning of a new adventure for you. So what else we have here? Yeah, you got the King of Pentacles. You've got the Seven of Cups, and then also the Five of Earth. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. This is that energy of, fear of lack, not having enough, being abandoned, being left out in the cold. But it's very transformative energy. And I just feel like with where they're at, with like the Five of Pentacles is their energy of fear of not being enough, not like we were talking about before. And I feel like your choices here, because you've got the King of Pentacles that's very solid, very uh, grounded in who they are and that solid sense of self worth. And then you've got the Five of Pentacles, which is the opposite of that. And in the middle is you choosing what you're wanting from someone here. And I just feel like that's that kind of energy that's, coming in and it's like, okay, you know, what do I want? Again, this is the underlying energy under the world card and the moon card, which is I feel like you're uh, having your emotions revealed to yourself and you're realizing what you do want, what you don't want. And again, the boundary energy I feel is coming in here too. So so I feel like that's what's kind of going on there and they're kind of in this, you know, so, attraction towards you, but also this fear that they're not going to be enough for you and third strike and they're out. And that's like their biggest fear is to be abandoned and rejected. So it's like if you don't um, choose for yourself, they will choose to reject first, um, and like flee before they're rejected. That's the kind of energy that's coming in. Let's see what Euro Star is here. You've got Eoster, with card 13, which in the darkest of hours, when all seems to be lost, comes the magic of light. Card 13. This is the energy of dawn is coming, joy and blessings. So, um, Uster is the Germanic goddess of spring, and Dawn is the namesake of Easter. Those who are fortunate enough to witness her will receive great joy and many blessings to come. So, receiving this card means you can count yourself among the lucky few who are gifted with the renewed sense of hope only spring can bring. Pay close attention as there are already signs of Ooster's influence peeking through the frosty, cold exterior of your situation. What seemed like a lost cause will suddenly show the first signs of your circumstances turning around. Ooster rules the dawn and reminds you that it's always darkest just before the first rays of light. Keep your faith steady and trust in the powers that be, as the hardships and challenges you've been facing are receding and you won't have to stumble in darkness for much longer. This card can even mean finding clarity of purpose and a deeper understanding of why you have suffered for so long. Above all, this is your sign to keep with your current path. You're so very close to the outcome you desire. Yeah, that King of Pentacles is someone that is very solid, which is what you're, really looking for, right? So that is your fortune cookie. And then your after dinner mint, I do want to go to the guardian angel cards here. 7:51. Zoom. Things are flying. So I will be coming back, everybody. Yeah. So you've got your beautiful guardian angel, and the card you got is healing. And healing says, listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and heal your emotions, thoughts, and perceptions, which in turn will heal you physically. Your angels are here with you and will help dissolve your fears. Trust in the power of love to guide you, and your life will magically transform. This card is confirmation that healing is occurring right now. So I love that for you. Right. So that's what they have for you, love. And hey, Chloe Jade. Hello, hello, Sarah. um, all right. Yep. And I do see the donation came through over there in Square. So I'm going to be headed out of here in a couple minutes. So I will be returning because I do have several donations that are were not completed yet. So I will be coming back. In fact, let me grab some screenshots here. So I'll be with my Praying Mantis members about an hour or so, wherever spirit leads. And let me see here. I lost where I was. Hold on. Okay. So we did get down to there. All right. Um, so I forgot where I was at, but so I will be back after I complete the session with them, and I will complete all of the donations, all of the of my YouTube channel members' free readings, and if my energy is there, I will also try to complete all the free readings that I did not get to any in this session. So, depending on how many there are, I don't think there's a ton, but I should be able to do that here. Yes, thank you, MBB. Thank you for your understanding there. And so, Maria, we will come back to yours. Let me grab your one here. So I remember I didn't do that one. And then, of course, we've got Chloe Jade, Sarah. Let me grab your donation that came through over here too. So when I return, I will have what I've been doing is I'll put in the description box of the video when I come back for the second stream. I'll actually have the list of the order. We'll start with donations, then YouTube channel member free readings, and then I'll list the other free readings. And I don't feel like I have a ton of those, so I should be able to complete all those too. So there'll be a second stream, and then after I'm done, I will also post I'll post the list in the description. I mean, I'm already going to put it in the description box of the video, but I'll have a pinned comment that I'll put it down there too. I actually always come back to this stream too, and I put a pinned comment on it too, so everyone can just leap over and find your reading more easily there. And if you ever have trouble finding your reading, because I know sometimes, when it goes on for a couple hours, it's like, where was my reading and all that? If you just comment on the video going, I tried finding mine, but no lucko, Mr. Zen. And then I will find it for you and put the timestamp for you. Because I know how I roll and I can usually find it pretty quick because I do it all the time. All right. So that is what we have right now. And thank you guys again so much. If you want something to look at while you're waiting, Let me grab that here. We have the Equinox readings for each of the elements. So that's the link to the playlist for that. It's fire signs, air signs, those things. Also, Aries season. So if you want to know from March 20th to like April 20th, there's also that reading as well. And I believe in those, it's a reading for everyone as a collective, but then I have each individual zodiac sign, a card for each, at least a card for each that gives you the flavor of the Aries season for you too. So be sure to check those out. Those are totally free. And you can get some messages from spirit while you're waiting for me to come back. So thank you guys again for all your thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami. And thank you for your patience. Excuse me, in getting into all your readings. And I shall be back. Until then, remember, every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself and have fun. Because why are we being so serious, right? All right. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.